Alright, this is the complete walkthrough for Verus Coin mining. I'm trying to be as detailed as possible for people who were like me not too long ago. I had no idea what I was doing when I was setting this up, and Ubuntu is intimidating and a little bit hard to figure out at first. So after doing quite a few phones, I feel pretty confident then that this might help some other people. This is the cell phone version of the recording. If you're on your computer watching this, you can go into the description and I should have a video linked for the computer. That way it's not rotated 90 degrees on your screen. The only requirement for this is that you have ARM 64-bit devices or 64-bit processing. If you don't know for sure, you can take a minute and go Google it and see if the phone you have in mind is compatible, or you can just follow along these steps and we will run a command that tests a function that tests, see if our phones are compatible. All right, so this is start to finish the best I got. Here we go. First thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go to Chrome or whatever browser you're using, and we are going to download the native Verus wallet. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. I'm just messing with you guys. Good old Iron Mike. Oops. So we're going to type in Verus Coin wallet. Sorry. Hit download wallet. So then you have the Verus desktop, which is the full version of the wallet. You will download that on your desktop if you ever want to stake. If we're on our cell phones right now, at least I am. I'm setting this up for my cell phone, so I'm going to download Verus Mobile, which is the light version. And then we'll click download Verus Mobile again and Android. Then we will scroll down here till right around here where it says Verus Mobile APK. Click that, hit download. If you haven't downloaded from GitHub before, you might have to it might say this file is safe or unsafe. Just click settings, check the little box that allows you to download it, and you should be all right. All right, now that the APK is done downloading, we'll go ahead and click that and hit install. Now that we're all installed, we'll go ahead and open it. We'll get started. Next, create my profile, choose name. I'm going to go with my government name. We're going to set a password. Obviously, your password is not going to be my password. We're going to put new wallet. Now your seed phrase, if you're new to crypto mining or you're new to wallets or anything like that, the seed phrase are the keys to the house, essentially. Without the seed phrase, if you ever need to recover your wallet or load your wallet onto another device, you won't be able to do it. So it's very important that you put this somewhere safe, in a book or on a file, like somewhere, probably not on a device that can fail. I write mine seed phrases for all my different wallets and all my different crypto accounts on dollar bills, and then I just put them inside of a book. So I know they're going to be safe and I'll always have them, short of a house fire. But the book's the first thing I'm grabbing, so we'll be okay. Now we're going to hit show words. It's going to quiz us at the end and tell us to put a few of these words in. So I'm taking pictures right now. These are the seed words though that you want to save. So you want to write them down in order. And when you go to load up another wallet, if you're not familiar, you just put like word 17 will be the 17th word, but you have present space enhance space boy. That's the gist of it. All 24 words. Capitalization matters. So now we'll just enter these words in, wherever yours will be different than mine, obviously. Complete. Now that we're here, we can look at it real quick just to give ourselves an idea. We will go to Verus, the top right, this guy, and we will let it load for a second. So what we need here is we need somewhere to send our coins that we mine from the mining pool. So this will essentially be this will be the receiving address here. So once your coins are mined once a day or whatever you set it to on the mining pool, they will be sent to this wallet, and we will use that address there. You will use your address, but all right. So now we got that part done. The next thing we need to do is we need to set up a Ubuntu account. So we'll go back to Chrome. We will go to Ubuntu.com, tu.com. Go ahead and enter the site. On the top right here, we will hit sign in. Now you will see I don't have an Ubuntu One account, so we're gonna click that. We're gonna put our email address in. My email was Verus tutorial at gmail.com. I made this video once earlier and I screwed it up. That's why this stuff's already in here. I had to create a new email address. So I'll just do HK5555 for my username. Password, I'm going to go with something really hard to figure out if anyone ever wanted to try it, and I'm going to put an exclamation point just for an added layer of security there. Should meet all the requirements. Oh, one more thing. You can't have a capital letter here. Oh, shoot. Create account. All right, so now we need to go and verify the email. So go ahead to Gmail or whatever you use. Click this link right here. Wait a second here, that doesn't look like a bicycle. This is a trick. Okay, so I gotta make sure I remember that username. 555. How many fives? 4, 5. Okay. All right, we've been validated. So now that we've done that, we are gonna go back to Chrome and we are gonna search userland space GitHub. And this Cypherpunk Armory is the one I've been using. I don't know if they're the developers or never looked into that, but let's been working fine for me. We're going to scroll down right here where it says releases 2.8.3. Click that. And then you got the right here where it says APK. Click that again. Download. You might have to do that settings and check the box thing. We're going to open. Yep. Open her up. Okay. Allow. Now we're going to type in our username. No capital, remember. I'm going to put my password in now. Nobody look. Now I'm going to be 100% honest with this next part. I haven't looked at what this VNC password thing is. And when I was first setting up mine, I just put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because I didn't know what the next step was, and I hit continue and it worked. So whatever you put in there, just remember it and save it. I think it has to be 6 to 8 letters, words, letters, whatever long, but save it because I don't know if it's like a re-entry point or something. I'm gonna have to look into that and get back to you, but you need it to go to the next step. So we'll just do it like that. All right, we're gonna click SSH, continue. And this is gonna take a minute. This is definitely more complicated of an install process than using Verus Miner 9000. But from my personal experience, I've only been using it for 3-4 days, 5 days now, something. It is absolutely game changing to me. Big shout out to the guys who put this together and made this possible. I was having problems. I would lose 5 to 10 phones a day, would boot me out, and I'd have to restart the programs. Only phone I've had to restart was one that it wasn't plugged in and the battery died. So I've been pretty happy with it. Other than that, the hash rate is way stronger. On my T-Mobile phones, I have 10 of them, the same phone. They were all brand new. I got them for $25 a piece. Like, it was a fluke deal. I got them. But they would run on Verus Miner at 2900 kilohash consistently. I mean, they would always run. They run super cold too. They really do decent phones, but the hash rate's not the greatest. When I switched over to this setup, they've been running at 3900 all the time. And they load up way faster. They're still super cool to the touch. So it's definitely worth the extra steps. If any of this is too much for anybody and you want just the easy Verus Miner tutorial, let me know. I can whip one up for you, but you could probably find it online. All you're going to do is look for the Verus Miner 9000 APK on Google and download it, and it's so super simple. You don't need to do any of these steps. But you'll be more happy with this path, so I would just do it this way. We'll also say that if you're rocking a brand new Samsung S23 Ultra that you just paid $1,500 for, the hash rate's going to be incredible. But you're running your processors at max output for as many hours a day as you can. So if you don't want to burn up the phone or risk it, it'll be years before you're able to make that kind of money back on the phone. I would just skip that. The phones that I'm using are just broken junk, octa-core phones that are ARM 64-bit. They work. They're cheap. Get cracked ones. There's millions of them for sale. do what you want, but if you fry your phone on some crazy thing, don't call me. Granted, I have some nice phones that have been running for a long time that I've had. They're my old phones and they're fine, but just don't want anybody to be upset. All right, we're going to put our password in. It's not going to show up on the screen. You just type it and hit enter. All right, now we're loaded up and ready to go. Oh, shoot. It's going to make us put our password in again. All right, we need to go to Google. Chrome, I'm in. We're going to type in github.com/the mining farm, just like you see up there, and hit enter. Right here on this screen, we have ARM64 Verus. Click that. You're going to scroll down to right here where this says curl, and just click it till the, what's going on here? There it is. The copy mark shows up. Or you might just have to, if it's the full file address, you might have to copy and paste it. If on your screen it ends in bash, BASH, then you might just have to manually copy and paste it. Some of my phones do that, my older ones. So we got it copied, right? Now we're going to come back to userland and put our password in again. Enter. All right, now that we're logged into Ubuntu, we're going to run one quick check here. So we're going to check the processors on the phone. So you're going to type in LSCPU. We're going to check if our phones are compatible. So you can see right here on the top where it says architecture. If your phone does not say Arch64, don't bother going any further. That phone will not work. If you have another device, you can try it. Most phones nowadays are going to work, but if it's very old or something, it might not do it for you. So now we're going to come back down to the bottom green here, and we are going to copy and paste the GitHub file. So go ahead and paste. See how we're highlighted there? Doesn't matter. Just go ahead and paste it. It'll go into its place. Now we are going to run the program. The next thing we are going to do after this is we're going to enter our wallet information and our pool of our choosing. For this tutorial, we're going to use the native Verus Coin pool, mining pool. There in the description, I will have linked a bunch of different options down there. Somebody made a good point to me that if I tell everybody which pool I'm using, then I am advertising for them, and it is opposite of the purpose of cryptocurrency and decentralizing if everybody's using the same pool. So I'm going to leave it to you, the viewer, to do a little research and figure out what pool is interesting to you, and you can go from there. The setup is going to be exactly the same. You're just going to use the pool of your choices information, which will be under the pool tab or the connect tab or in sections on the sites. If you have questions, if you can't find it, just leave a comment down below which pool you want to use, and now we'll go on there and get the information for you. All right, so the install file is done. Before we type anything else in, we are going to go and get our wallet address. This password thing is a little bit of a pain in this program, so I'm trying to make it as simple as possible for the install here. Because if we're at the last minute, if we need the wallet address and it's not, the clipboard function doesn't really work in there on any of the phones I have. So this will keep it simple without having to do things too many times. Okay, so now we hit on the bottom right there, we hit receive. Now we're just going to go ahead and get copy. Okay. Going back to userland now. do all that right now. Click Ubuntu, put our password in again. Now this command we're about to use, this is going to get us into our, I think the technical is like getting into our directory. I'm not too hip on all the terms for this kind of software, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. So then we will hit the squiggle /cd miner, or cd miner, cc miner. Hit enter. So now we're inside that file folder per se, and you're going to type nano dot space config dot JSON and hit enter. Okay, so these are our parameters for the mining pool and where our coins that we mine are going to go. So if you look on the left there, you can kind of see that cursor thing. So you can't move it. You can move it up and down with your finger, but you can't move it left or right. So I'm going to set it right here next to this first URL. And then above the 8 there, there's a right arrow. So we're going to go ahead and scroll all the way over to the last quotation mark. So put your cursor on the quotation mark and then go ahead and back up. Just the quotation, it just doesn't delete that one. That's just how it works. So here is the address now that we want the URL for the Verus mining pool. This is perfectly fine. If you want to use this mining pool, you can use this mining pool. Pool.verus.io :9998, and that's your port. So now that that's all set up, we can go ahead and kind of scroll down till we get to the one that says user with the big long. That's a wallet address. So first we're going to talk about this. So this is your worker identification, right, for the miner. So if you're going to do other phones, you can have a different thing here, right? I number all mine 1 through 100, but you can put, like, for this one, we'll put Samsung. You can do it like that too, but that's just the name, so you can identify it on the pool. And you can see, make sure all your units are online. So then we'll go to this period here, and we will back up, delete that entire wallet address. Now we will just press the screen here, hit paste, and we have our new wallet address in. Let's give it a quick once over. URL pool.verus.io 9998. Okay, looks good. Name, okay, perfect. So now that we got all that done, we're going to hit Control, which is right there above the 3, and X. Hit Y for yes, and then we're going to hit enter. So now we will start the miner. So to start the miner, we're going to do squiggle /cc miner /start.sh. Now, if your device turns off or something and you have to log back into Ubuntu, you'll put your password in and it'll just say HK555 at localhost. If you use this command, if you write this down just like this, you should be able to just start up your miner without doing anything extra. So that's kind of important to start the whole thing from scratch. So just write that down or remember it or whatever. So now we'll just hit enter. No screen session found, no sockets found. Okay, so now we're going to hit screen. That's a good sign that it says that. I don't know why it's just good because that means it worked. Minus X, screen space minus X, CC minor. And then we will hit enter again. So now we are mining. If you look on the right here, you can see the start of our hash rate. So like 3577 right now on the bottom, but it's going to change all the time. But the miner is functioning properly. Now you want to pull this down, and where it says userland terminal right here, click that and tap acquire wake lock. That's going to keep the screen. You can shut your screen down now and the miner will still work because the phone's going to get warm. I also don't leave my phone sitting flat on a surface. I prop them up so the air can get behind them just to keep them a little cooler because they will get a little warm. Older phones are going to tend to get a little hotter. Like this phone is brand new off the shelf that I'm recording this on, and it can run for days and it barely feels warm. So anyways, we're moving on. Okay, so that's all done. Now that we have our address, our wallet address still in our clipboard, we can just go to our home, go to Chrome, and go to pool.verus.io. Okay. So this is a Verus community pool. So now if you want to check now this is where you're going to see like how much coin you've mined. You can check your hash rates here too. You can check them in the miner as well. But we can go to workers stats, the top there. And right here in this box, we can paste our wallet address and hit lookup. Now this is your miner. And this is just what this phone is cranking out right now, 1.69 mega hash, which it's cold. It'll warm up. It takes a little while for it to be like full speed or whatever to get its full hash rate. It's not instant. But yeah, you can come here and check your stats. You can see down here where it says paid, like once you hit the minimum or whatever, I think it's like 0.01, it'll pay you out. I'm not sure what the time schedule is for payouts on this, but most of them are like daily. And then the balance will show you how much you're owed. You just got your little stats here. So this is where you just come to check on your stuff. A couple of things that I do. Don't know if there's like scientific. I guess it's kind of there's proof in this theory here. I go through here and I turn off just about everything on the phones. So you can see I disable every single thing that I can disable. And I'll turn off. The only thing I won't turn off is Drive in case I need to get files to all my phones at one time. That's just kind of the way I do it. But like Gmail, disable it. I don't want any alerts popping up. Google, disabled. You can't disable Google Play services. I always turn off the Google Play Store because it's like all the time things that are on the phone are trying to update. I don't want it to update. Maps, I turn off anything up here like Bluetooth, location, NFC, anything I can turn off, I turn off. Just to try to keep the phone running as optimized as possible without wasting processing power. So then one more thing I will do, and this is just to keep the phone cooler, is I will go to display, come down here, dark theme. I heard the phones run a little cooler, but I don't know if there's any proof to that. I will come down here and I'll turn the screen time out to 15 seconds or 30 seconds or a minute even or whatever. And then down here where it says lock screen, click that. It should be on show all notifications. I say don't show anything. And this one right here, I turn this off, wake screen. So that way every time if something does come through, the phone screen's not turning on and it stays on for until you hit the side button again. On a bunch of my phones, that's how they are. I don't like that. It's wasting power, wasting electricity. So those are just a couple things I do to make things I just really try to keep my phones as cold as possible without spending money on fans. I think that about wraps it up. If you have any questions or if you're running any issues, you can feel free to ask me. I am pretty new to using Ubuntu, but I will do my best to try to help. But thanks for watching. And if you did like and enjoy the video, if you don't mind, hit the like button, leave a comment. I've been thinking about doing some YouTube stuff for a long time. And I feel like if there's anything I would like to do, it's just my mining stuff. But we'll see. Either way, smash that like button. I'm out.